This episode of FilmRiot is brought to you by Domain.com. It's Monday.
It's Monday.
And I'm talking to your face.
Talking to your face.
And I'm talking to your face.
Talking to your face.
And I'm talking to your face.
That's good.
Thank you. How to make a good trailer to a short film. I think a lot of that goes to taste, the type of filmmaker you are, the type of film it is, obviously. But I would say for a short film, it doesn't always make sense to even make a trailer for one. The reason we made the trailer for Tell was because people had been waiting for the film for so long and we had a little bit more to wait, so we thought it'd be fun to put out some kind of a teaser to get people excited for when it was coming out. But for the most part, you usually wouldn't do a trailer for a short film. Now, if you're going to, and it's around 10 minutes-ish or less, I don't know what I said. I would definitely try to keep your teaser, not trailer, to 30 seconds or less. And I think it needs to do two things for me personally. Obviously, get me excited and want to see it, really get me interested somehow, lock me in there. And two, convey the tone. Let me know the type of thing I'm getting into. I don't think it needs to tell me what the story is. I mean, I actually prefer trailers not to tell me what the story is, but rather just give me the general idea of what I'm getting into. There's been a few trailers this year that did that, and it got me really excited about the film because I can go in there fresh and not know what to expect from the story, but know what type of thing I'm going to get. So those are some of my favorite trailers personally. Will you ever make an episode starring Josh's beard? Yeah, that proximity.
Co-starring me.
Yeah, wasn't it starring your beard, co-starring you?
I thought so.
That's in like the official credits, I thought.
I'm pretty sure.
Your beard has an IMDb page. Do you have any ideas for what your next big project, like Proximity, will be? I actually don't consider Proximity a big project. It was really a run and gun thing that any of you guys could have made. I mean, the only leg up that we really had was the Anamorphics adapter and the C500, but you could have shot that with a DSLR. It just would have looked different, but it would have been the same film. I mean, where we shot was just, open fields, and we shot it with nothing but friends and $300 worth of props and wardrobe. That's it. The rest we just went and did it. And that's been most of the projects that we've done up until now. Really low scale, run and gun sort of passion projects. We are going to get into big projects soon because I really do want to take the veil out of the behind the scenes of the big projects, like the on-set stuff, like what is on-set etiquette, what are all the jobs, so that you guys know what all that looks like, so you can step on a set and feel like you know exactly how to handle yourself. So that stuff is coming. Nothing set in stone just yet. We have some ideas for some cool stuff like Proximity coming, but nothing that we have locked in just yet, so nothing that we're ready to talk about just yet. I said just yet like 5 times. What did you think about Captain America: The Winter Soldier? I loved it. That and The Avengers are my 2 favorite Marvel movies yet. I thought it was so well done.
That fighting, though.
The fight scenes were, the action, it was some of the coolest action I've seen in a really long time. And I absolutely loved that everything they did, they tried to make cool. Just disarming another character and taking their gun was wicked cool. They put so much time into making every moment so entertaining. I loved it. It was the perfect blockbuster roller coaster ride of funness for me. I was very, very pleased with it. And it's crazy, it's like the guys that directed it came from comedy.
Yeah.
So yeah. I love that about it as well. But I thought everything about it was great. The casting was great, the acting was great. It had like 1 or 2 cheesy moments. Like when Samuel Jackson walks in and like poses for a second, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but those are like so minor.
Yeah, I didn't care. I was like, what is that? Anyway, back to the cool. But oh man, God, I loved it. I loved it. I put it in a sandwich and I ate it afterwards. Salutations. What is the most frequent problem you see in the films of folks first starting out? Thank thee. Easily the #1 problem is pacing. A lot of the times people will have a 10-minute short film that honestly should have been 5 minutes or less, sometimes even like 3 or 4 minutes long, but it's stretched out to 10 minutes because there's these massive long pauses between things. There's these scenes that don't even need to be in there. You got to think of it like this. Every line of dialogue, every character, every moment, every shot, every scene, everything should be telling us something about your story, driving the story forward in some way, whether it's something to enhance a character, character, something to tell us more about the story, something to give us more thematically. Whatever it is, it needs to be adding to the story. If it's just there, it needs to go. If you have more characters than you need, can you take those 3 characters and make it 1 character? I've seen that as an issue. And dive right in. Like, a lot of times we'll be a minute and a half into a short film and nothing has happened. Something that people do a lot is a character wakes up, character brushes their teeth, takes a shower, gets dressed, eats their breakfast, gets in the car, then we watch them drive somewhere, and this is taking like a minute and a half to do. If there is this really important reason to show the mundane before we get into it, okay, fine, but 9 times out of 10, that's not the case. It's just we've seen it in other things, so we want to do it too, or it's just the first thing you think of. And I've said it a million times, whatever, if something's the first thing you think of, try to go the opposite route. And also remember, if you're doing a short film that you're putting online that you want people to watch, if you have a minute and a half of a character doing the most mundane things you could possibly think of, people are not going to watch. You have to start off hitting them with a reason to stick around. You have like 30 seconds to convince them to watch your film. If you don't convince them within the first 30 seconds, they're gonna click away. Last question, making movies or watching them? I don't have to make that decision, so I don't wanna make that decision, but I suppose it would be make movies. I have to create, I can't not create. There's nothing better in this world than creating a universe, creating characters that didn't exist, and then just entertaining an audience. I just love entertaining people, bringing a smile to their face, giving them a ride of some kind. Like I always say, helping them forget the suck of the world for that period of time. So it would be making movies, but I really hate this question because I could never stop. Oh, movies, they're so good. They're so good.
It was a dark night.
Like Batman?
Without the K.
K is silent.
It was the darkest night that anyone had seen in years. That was the night it happened. You see, little Derek Derby was dared to enter the house.
The house?
Yep. He didn't want to, of course, but he couldn't stand to be called chicken. So he entered. It was darker inside than outside. He heard stories of the murderous and terrible things of awfulness and not good stuff that happened there. But he pressed on. As he walked in farther, he could see a faint glow coming from the other room. He turned the corner to see...
Well? See what?
a laptop with its web browser open to domain.com.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus, I just peed.
He stepped towards the laptop, hoping his next one wasn't his last. On the website were all the promises of the reliable and affordable hosting plans, and all the domains to discover. And he knew this was a test.
I'm scared of now more than ever.
You should be, because he accepted this test, knowing if he didn't, he would die and not live anymore, because he would be dead. He knew he had to get a website to promote himself on the internet. He got domain.com's reliable and affordable hosting service. He used the domain discovery service to find the right name, then he added to the cart and checked out.
Oh, thank God.
And that's when it happened. A domain demon right next to him. It attacked him and ate his soul right from his body. Then he ate his body too. Not a bone was left for anyone to find. He was gone. Forever.
But he got a domain. He used the discovery service.
But he didn't use the coupon code FilmRiot to get 15% off his domain name and web hosting. And that cost him his eternal soul.
I threw up in my mouth.
Protect your soul. Remember, when you think domain names,
Domain.com.
nice.
logo.
So that's it for today, which means it's time for my suggestion of the week. This one is not online, but it's the special features for the film Gravity, which the film was amazing, and the special features are just as amazing. So much innovation went into that movie. Incredible how they pulled off a lot of the things that they did. Even if you don't like the movie, it's entirely worth watching the special features to watch these filmmakers push art and technology to a whole new level, and to see how they solved a lot of the problems that they did with these really new and interesting ideas. So definitely check that out. Also on Thursday, we are finally releasing 2 new products. One, which you have not seen yet, it's a shirt, and the other is the wristband, which you see me wearing all the time based off of our new, more concise motto, which has always been the motto for the show, but something that I made just for myself, just as a reminder to look down and constantly see that to have me push harder. But then you guys have been talking about it a lot, so we're making 2 things available for you, since you guys seem to be all about it, just like me. But that's coming this Thursday. But until then, don't forget, write, shoot, edit, repeat.